Hi there, this is Michelle Goldstein from Heart Alchemy Yoga. I'm filming today for Yoga with Melissa, so you are probably a big fan of Melissa. She's an amazing yin teacher, completely just dropped in, so knowledgeable about human kinesiology and how that relates to the practice of yin yoga, which is phenomenal. Today, I'm filming a flow class, which is what I typically teach on my channel. And she's filmed a yin class, so you can head over to Heart Alchemy Yoga to check out her yin class that we're putting up today as well. So please subscribe to Heart Alchemy. And please subscribe to Yoga with Melissa as well. And that way you can stay really, there's complementary practices, and that way you can really stay in the loop. Every time we release a new video, you'll be notified, and so you can really refresh your practice on a regular basis with something new and interesting. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to teach a Yoga Flow Basics class today. So the advantage to power yoga and yoga flow is that it's strength building, and the advantage to yin is obviously deep muscle release. So they're complementary in that it's important to have some strength to be able to pick your body up off the floor, for example, as well as the mobility to bend over and tie your shoes, as well as cultivating balance, which is especially important as we get older and move through time. So let's go ahead and get started in child's pose. You'll separate the knees a bit, bring the toes together, sink your bottom back on your heels, and walk your arms forward, rest your forehead down to the ground. Take a moment or two to check in with how you're feeling today in your body. Allow your breath to become deeper and more mindful, more conscious. And then with your breath, come up to your hands and your knees, so you're on all fours. And with the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders, on an inhale, drop the belly down, pull the heart forward, and arch your back to cow pose. As you exhale, round through your spine to cat, tuck the chin into the chest. On an inhale, drop the belly down, arch your back to cow. Exhale, round through your spine to cat. A few more times. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round into cat. One more time. Inhale, arch. Make sure that your shoulders slide away from your ears. Exhale, round in, belly hugs in, chin to the chest. Inhale to a neutral spine. And now tuck your toes under, and we'll lift the hips up for your first downward dog pose of your practice. So we do a lot of downward dog in a power yoga class. This is excellent strength building and stretching for almost every muscle, definitely many major muscles in your body. So make sure that your fingers spread wide, your wrists aligned with the front edge of your mat, or maybe turned out even a little bit. And take a peek at your feet, which are hips width apart or maybe even a little wider, and make sure that the outer feet are straight, parallel. And then lift up on your toes, slope the hips up to the sky, bend the knees, and press your right heel down toward the ground. Keep your left knee bent. It's okay if your right heel doesn't touch the ground. Good. Take a few breaths here. Push up out of the shoulders.
And then we'll switch sides. Lift the right heel, bend the right knee, sink the left heel down to the ground. Stay active in the upper back. Good. And then both knees bend again. Look forward and walk your feet up to the front of your mat. And either feet together or the feet can be hips width apart and parallel. And on an inhale, either fingertips on the floor with straight legs or hands on your shins with straight legs. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. Fold forward on your exhale. Inhale up to stand. Press the feet down. Sweep the arms up. And exhale. Bring the palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up, and we'll do a few sun salutations. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale again, either fingertips on the ground or hands on shins. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. And with your knees up or down, just be mindful that you're not collapsing. So you lower down with a straight spine, lower down. All the way to the floor. Release the tops of the feet. Press up into cobra pose. And exhale back to downward dog. Okay, deep breath. So I'm starting out with more beginners variations here. And if you know up dog or you've been practicing for a while, you're a bit more seasoned with flow, then you can certainly obviously do that as well. So in down dog, push the floor away from you. Stretch from the hips to the fingertips. And then when you're ready, walk or hop the feet to the front of your mat. Align your feet, lengthen the spine. Inhale. Fold forward on your exhale. Rise all the way up to stand up. Inhale. Palms together at your heart on the exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back to plank. And lower down in one piece without collapsing. Release the toes. Press up to cobra pose. Exhale, draw it back, downward dog. Deep, steady breath. In and out through your nose. Good. And now gracefully step the right foot up to the front of your mat so that you're in a runner's lunge here. With the right knee bent and you're on your back toes, we're coming up to a crescent lunge. Arms sweep up to the sky. Feel the left hip rotate forward a little bit. Lift the low belly in and up. Deep breathing. Feel the inner legs gently hug together and take the wrists back a little bit. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands down to your mat. Step back to downward dog pose. And left foot steps up to the front of your mat. Come up on the fingertips, so set yourself up. Left knee stacks over the left ankle, so not further than that. And now you'll come up to crescent pose. So ideally we get the front leg at a 90-degree angle in the lunges. It's okay if you're not quite that low, but just be mindful that you're not taking the knee over the ankle. Lift the low belly, soften the shoulders. Relax your face. Deep breath. One more breath in. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step back to downward dog pose. Good. And now inhale to plank. And exhale either all the way down as we've been doing or lower halfway down for more strength building to chaturanga. Flip over your toes to up dog or cobra pose with the hips on the floor. They're both appropriate. Back to downward dog again. So we'll warm up with some basic sequences. We just did the Series A sun salutation. And now we'll do the Series B sun salutation and repeat that a few times to safely warm up into the body. Inhale, rise up on the toes. Exhale, look forward, walk or hop the feet to the front of your mat. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Bend your knees, come to chair pose, sweep the arms up. Fold forward on your exhale. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, step to plank and lower either halfway or all the way down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Step the right foot up to your hands, and this time spin your back heel flat to the floor with the left toes pointed in slightly, so they're at a 45-degree angle. Bend the right knee, hug the right hip into center, and take the arms up. Warrior One pose for a breath. And release the hands to your mat. Step back to downward dog. Good, and now the left foot will step through. Back heel flat, align the feet, make sure that left hip hugs in. Come up, Warrior One, inhale, and exhale, release, downward facing dog pose. And as you're ready, inhale to plank, exhale, lower, inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So you're welcome at any point. If you feel like it's too much, you simply put your knees down and take a rest in child's pose. So whatever you do, let all of your yoga be a practice of taking care of yourself more than anything. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, look forward, bring your feet to the front of your mat. Align the feet, lengthen the spine, inhale. Fold forward on the exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. We'll do that same sequence again, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, step back and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps through, back heel flat to the floor. Come up, Warrior One pose, inhale. And exhale, release the hands down, step to downward facing dog pose. Left foot steps through, back heel flat. Come up for a breath, Warrior One. And release, downward dog. Neither hold here or inhale to plank. This is going to increase stamina and cardiovascular work. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So you want to work the cardio aspects of the practice and build more heat, then you can do more of these vinyasas in between the standing poses. Inhale, lift the heels. One more round of these. Bring your feet to your hands. Lengthen, inhale. Fold in, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Lengthen the spine, inhale. Exhale, step back. Shift forward, lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. The right foot steps through, back heel flat. Come up, warrior one for a breath. And release the hands, step to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Left side, step through. Come up for a breath. Inhale and exhale. Release to plank and lower down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Deep, steady breath through your nose. Okay, so now we'll start to add on a little bit. On an inhale, lift the right leg. As you exhale, step that right foot through to the front of your mat. Spin the back heel flat. Again, come up to warrior one. Now we'll open up to warrior two pose. Bend the right knee, open the left hip, and reach the left arm straight back behind you, right arm forward. Now as you sink into the right hip, the front one, press the back leg straight. Watch your breath, and keep the breath mindful. So as your heart rate picks up, the breath will speed up as well. That's fine, but keep the awareness of the breath steady. One more inhale here. Exhale the hands to your mat. Step back to downward dog. Good. Now lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, step all the way through. Back heel flat. Warrior one pose, come up. And warrior two pose, open up. Right arm reach back, left arm forward. As you sink into the left hip, work this back leg straight. Breathe calmly. And fill the experience with your presence. One more breath in. Release the hands down. Step back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. Okay, again, lift the right leg, inhale. Exhale, step the right foot through to the front of your mat. Again, spin the back heel flat. Come up to warrior one. And open up to warrior two. And then from here, you'll bring your right forearm to your right thigh, left arm over the right, or over the left ear. Feel the right thigh draw back into its hip socket and rotate into the upper back. So if you know more advanced variations of this pose, you're welcome to take the right fingertips to a block or to the floor on the inside of the right foot. Just make sure you've got enough space to breathe and get that extension and rotation in the upper back. Now just one more breath here. Come back up to warrior two pose and straighten your right leg. We're coming in for triangle pose. Lengthen forward with the right arm and bring that right hand to either your right shin or to a block on the outside of the right foot or the right fingertips down to the ground on the outside of the right foot if you can reach with a straight leg. Just watch if your ego starts to get involved. And if it does, just check yourself and bring it back to the remembrance that we're here to take care of our precious bodies. So you're breathing and loving yourself right now. Just check in, make sure that that is a true statement to you. It resonates. And if it doesn't, then make any adjustments that you need so that it does. Good. Now come back up to warrior two pose for a breath and release the hands down to your mat. Step to plank pose and then take your left knee down to the ground. Lift your right leg straight back and up and flex the right foot so the right toes point straight down. Reach the left arm forward to the front of your mat. Lift the low belly in and up. Push up out of the right shoulder. So this is excellent for increasing bone density, as well as obviously strengthening the muscles. Watch the breath. Good. And then bring the left hand down and the right knee down. Tuck the toes under and press back to downward dog pose. Okay, left leg lifts up, inhale. Exhale, step all the way through. Back heel flat, come up, warrior one. Open up to warrior two. And bring that left elbow to the left thigh, right arm over the right ear. So again, left thigh draws back into its hip socket to stabilize. And you can stay here, or if you want more, you're welcome to bring the left fingertips down to the ground on the inside of the left foot, or to a block, which is a nice sort of in-between if your body's still opening. Let it be easy enough that you can breathe fully. And put some energy in that back leg. Very nice. Come up to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Lengthen forward through the left arm. And then left hand down to the floor or to your left leg or to a block on the outside of the left foot. Very nice. One more breath here. And then come up to warrior two pose. Inhale. Exhale the hands down to your mat. Step to plank. Lower your knees down to the ground. Walk the hands under your shoulders. Extend the left leg straight back behind you. Right arm reach forward. Engage the abdominal muscles so that your spine isn't drooping. It's supported. Use your muscle strength to support the length of your spine. And that includes your rib cage. So lift the rib cage up into your body. One more breath. Reach through your extended limbs. And then hand and knee down to the mat. Sit your bottom back into child's pose. Rest your forehead down to the ground. Feel your breath move through your body. Good. Okay, so while we're warmed up, I'm going to have you stand up on your knees and we'll take camel pose. So this is an excellent back bend. I find it pretty accessible for almost everybody. Make sure in camel that your knees are hips width apart, your legs are hips width apart, and that your butt's not sticking out behind you. So you want to lengthen the tailbone down so you get space in the lower back. And you can start with your hands on your buttocks. So not hands on the low back, just go ahead and slide the hands down. So you don't want to press the belly forward. You actually want to lift the low belly in and up. And then lift the chest up, the heart up, And you can stay here, or if you've got the range of motion, you can slide your hands down the backs of your legs. Or maybe even if you've done this, reach back for your heels and come in for the full pose. Just be mindful of your neck. So keep the neck supported with the strength in your neck muscles, so you're not collapsing the head back. And then feel the shoulder blades gently move together and press the shoulder blades up into the back of your heart. Beautiful. Use your core muscles to come back up. Cross your ankles behind you. Sit back onto your bottom and bring your feet in front of you. Bend the knees. Wrap your arms around your shins and round in a little bit to counter stretch the back bend. It's basically like child's pose, but from a seated position. Good. And then you'll extend through your spine again, so you're nice and long with the torso. Straighten the left leg in front of you, flex the left foot, and then with the right knee bent, make sure the right foot is about hips width apart from the left leg, and grab onto your right shin with especially your left hand to start. And then you'll reach the right arm up and back behind you for a seated spinal twist. Now be mindful that that left foot is flexed, and if you've got the range of motion, you could bend the right knee more. And then again, if you've got the range of motion, you can wrap that left arm around the right knee and gently rotate the right shoulder back to get that rotation in the upper spine. Maybe you turn your gaze over your right shoulder as well. Keep lifted through the low belly. Very nice. Come back to center. Slide the right leg straight. Bend the left knee. Sit yourself up tall. Take a moment to establish that length through the spine, right foot flexed, left foot about hips apart from the right, and then grab onto the left knee with the right hand, left arm up and back behind you, and either right hand on the left knee or right elbow around the left knee, rotate into the upper back. Breathe. Right foot stays flexed, so it's out of sight but not out of mind. Beautiful, and then come back to center. And from here, we'll straighten the legs out wide to the sides for Upavishta Konasana, the wide straddle forward bend. So legs straight out to the side. Now, if you already are getting a big hamstring stretch, then you're in the right place. You're also welcome to elevate your hips by sitting on a block. So if that helps you sit on a block, you could sit on a bolster too, if that's more comfortable for you. I find the blocks are more supportive for sitting on, but it's your choice. And then if you've got the range of motion and the feet flexed, quads flexed, then maybe you walk the hands forward. Feel the sitting bones sink down to the ground for stability. And then maybe you walk the arms forward and rest the head down if that's available to you. And allow your eyes to close wherever you are. And breathe into your body. Perhaps create a little space with the breath. Very Very nice. Press yourself up and come on to your back. Bend your knees. Feet on the floor to start. And you'll take your right ankle and cross it over the left thigh. Flex the left foot. And then lift that left knee up and see if you can grab onto the left shin with your hands. Feel the shoulders sink down. By the way, if you can't reach your left shin, you can take your hands around the back of the left leg. And if you're straining to get your head on the floor, you can slide a block or a bolster under your head for support. But do keep that right foot flexed. Soften the shoulders. You could close your eyes maybe. And notice how you feel. And just another little squeeze here. Okay, and release. And now you'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Thread the eye on the other side. And again, feel the shoulders drop down to the ground. Belly sink down. Left foot flexed. And you infuse the moment with your presence. And one last little something. Without force, just allow it. And then release and put your feet back on the floor. And now open your knees. Bring the soles of your feet together. And take one hand to your heart and the other hand to your belly. Move your breath mindfully through what you feel. And then when you're ready, you can release your arms and your legs to the floor and rest in Shavasana. ready, bring some awareness back into your physical body. Give your arms and your legs a stretch. Bend your knees, roll on to your right side. And press yourself up to a comfortable seat. And when you get to seated, allow your eyes to close. Notice how you feel in your body. And take a moment to extend kindness, compassion, and self-love to yourself. And extend kindness, compassion, and goodwill to everyone and everything, everywhere. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Lift your heart and bow your head. Namaste. So thank you so much for allowing me to guest host here at Yoga with Melissa. This is Michelle Goldstein with Heart Alchemy Yoga. Please subscribe to Heart Alchemy Yoga if you like what you see and you'd like to try practicing some more flow. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to Yoga with Melissa as well. She's amazing. And here is to your health